Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to say Barakatah, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakwa Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, and also salutations to all of the sincere Akim worldwide, pushing this truth and sincerity. Hey, we in that spirit of that World War III, man. It's out there, man. I'm going to play a video, get into some scriptures, and yo, man, hopefully this video was edifying for brothers, man. That World War III between Russia and America is bubbling, man. And we both know, man, true to Yahweh Shai saying in the Gospels, man, if Satan be divided against Satan, how then shall his kingdom stand? It's impossible, man. And I'm going to get into the scriptures with this. Let's go, let's go. End time prophecies, man, exciting times. If Satan let the video play, shit, man. Satan trying to fuck with the shit. Alright, let's go. Fucking hell, bro. I'm telling you, man. Shit was working before and now all of a sudden. 1 second. Okay, hold on. Should work now. Fucking hell, Satan be active, man. Brothers get the gist of this video, but I'm hopefully gonna get it to play.
Misunderstanding us, taking democracy essentially weak and inefficient form of government. From both sides, you have propaganda. The breakdown of those barriers in terms of acceptability of mass destruction. If America killed Russian soldiers, cutting off communications either through cutting off cables or through the cyber attack of satellite systems. The Americans doesn't stop pulling up. The international community has largely ignored the Syrian conflict. If you continue to sit and watch, the conflict is going to grow and hit us without us even realizing. There are many civil society actors working on the ground. It is these people who will be the pillars of peace when the time is right. United Nations, we have arms control agreements that kind of have at an earlier age. All of these institutions are sort of a restraining web. I think they're more likely to be proxy and the burden will be borne principally by others than by the great powers themselves. It's more likely to happen if we imagine it's impossible.
Hey, man. So you see it there. These so-called, great political analysts, man, they're all shook up, man. Everyone knows that World War III is inevitable, man. It's coming. And it's all the will of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. I'm going to go into some scriptures on this just to emphasize that. Hey, I mean, brothers shouldn't really need to sit down for years and, ages and break World War III and the fact that it's here. I mean, if you're spiritual, you can see, man, from the jump that World War III spirit is out there. These nations are active, man. America and Russia are basically two big boxers in the ring, man. Throwing them jabs, testing each other out. It's about to come, the big pay-per-view. I'm going to read Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. It says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, says the Lord Jehovah Hashem Yahushai, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, and to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy." Yahweh Hashem Yahushai just said, man, that he's going to gather the nations, man. Hey, man, to pour upon them his indignation, his righteous anger. See, the Lord's going to get all of these nations together, man, in the Middle East, so that he can go up there in the midst of it, destroy them while they're fucking each other up, but ultimately speaking, also get them in that open land to destroy themselves, man. And also in the process, destroy those fucking gutter rats that are in the land of Israel right now, man. Because before the elects go back in there, you got to understand that everything's got to be cleansed, man. That's why it says right here, man, my determination is to gather the nations. The Most High is going to bring all of these nations together to fight, man. And then what's going to happen? He's going to destroy them in the midst of their warfare, man. It's a beautiful thing, because that's how you know the Lord's going to go back to fighting for Israel again. And those curses are going to be finally lifted off us and put upon our enemies, man. Primarily being these Edomites, man, and these other nations as well, of course. But ultimately speaking, the Lord is going to fight for Israel, man. And he's going to, he's working on the minds of these world leaders to push this World War III. There's many examples of that throughout the scriptures, man. The Most High worked on Pharaoh's mind during the time of Moses as well. He said, "For this reason have I raised thee up, that I might show that my power in thee," man. You got to understand that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, man. Giveth it to whomsoever he will. Like I always like to say, Daniel is the 2nd chapter, the 20th verse on down. You got to understand, the Most High set everything up, man. All of these tensions between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, they go back to the elites of the society, the Rothschilds, the Rockefeller families, etc. Because war profits them, man, contrary to popular belief. But guess who's got them in that spirit of pushing that World War III? It's the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, getting them believing that Satan's on their side and they're going to somehow distort the prophecies, man. There's nothing you can do against Israel, no enchantment, no divination, like I always love to bring out in Numbers 23:23, man. The Most High is going to bring these nations together to war. And like I said, the scripture's already written. Russia and America are two big nations that go to war. They destroy each other. Yahushua returns in the midst and saves the elect of Israel. That is the script. That's destiny. If destined to happen, if you like to say so, for lack of a better term. Yeah. Ezekiel 38, and I want to read from verse 3, and say, "Thus says the Lord Jehovah Hashem Yahushai." So obviously, the Lord told Ezekiel in the first 2 verses to prophesy against the land of Gog and Magog, which, like I always go into, used to be the land of Japhet, but when the Edomites, being these so-called white people for the most part, kicked them out, they took over the land. So the Most High is referring to the people on that landmass who today are Edomites, and say, "Thus says the Lord Jehovah Hashem Yahushai, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back," meaning I will turn you back around, "and put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords." Hey, the Most High is going to gather these nations up for the war, man. Barak Afar, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Because ultimately speaking, when you deal with the East, Russia is the main superpower. Russia, then China, and you've got all of these other smaller nations that that are underneath them, the Irans, the North Koreas, etc., Syria's. But honestly speaking, Russia is going to be the major player, man. Russia and China, of course, the land of Moab, because they just got manpower for days. But even then, hey, man, they're going to be shooting some heavy nukes on America too, man. It's all prophecy. The Most High has written it, man. The Most High has written it, man. you're going to have, the nations of Persia, the Ethiopia, them Cushites, man, Libya, some of them, you're going to have a lot of these heathen nations that are going to join hand in hand with modern day Gomor and Magog, man, being that modern day land of Russia. And Vladimir Putin's men are going to go up in there, man, and take over. You see all the articles floating about. You see everything that's going on. It's undeniable, man. Now is that knowing what time it is, it's high time to wake out of sleep, man. You got to understand that the Most High is orchestrating all of this, and the doors of mercy are nearly shut. They're swinging shut, and it's just about to lock up. And you got to make sure that you grab that door and try and you be a member of the elect and you're chosen. Get in there before the door fully shuts, man. I'm gonna read Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, meaning in that verse, the Lord's gonna return us back onto his possession, man. Really and truly, says, I will also gather all nations. So the Lord, again, similar to Zephaniah, the first chapter, in Joel 3, he said, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Now, the word Jehoshaphat goes into Yahweh, which means the Most High's judgment. So he's going to bring them to a valley of judgment, man, of his judgment, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered amongst the nations and parted my land. Now, when it says plead with them there, it basically means he's going to fuck them up, man. The Most High is going to viciously deal with these nations, man, for the hell that they've put upon us and they continue to put upon us. He's going to have them killing each other, shooting each other down in the streets, man, for all of the hell that they put on Israel. Why do you think right now, man, in the Middle East, there's so much warfare going on? That's around the melting pot of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's what you think, and like it says in Second Ezra's, man, the Lord don't care when one of these heathens go down. The Lord ain't really out there to give a fuck about these heathen, man. He described them in Ezra's as like a drop that fallen from a vessel, man, as spittle. You gotta understand, a fucking Ishmaelite gets his head blown off. The Most High ain't fretting about that. First of all, he's the orchestrator of death. Second of all, those Ishmaelites put us through hell in the ancient kingdoms as well. And third of all, the Most High just does not give a fuck about no heathen, man. He's racist. He only cares about his power, man. Hey, it says in verse 3, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Hey, man, even in modern day society, this goes on. They've turned Jake the fuck out, man. So many Jake faggots, and it's all down to Esau. You gotta understand that this man is gonna pay, and it doesn't matter whether you're a Russian Edomite or American Edomite, you still an Edomite, private joke with brothers. But like, honestly speaking, you gotta understand that prior to Alexander the Freak and the Greeks, yeah, people dealt with nationality in terms of your seed line. It was only when through the wicked line of Antiochus that came out the Seleucid line, where they promoted that whole thing of everyone just being a Grecian, and people lost their nationality. People then began to name themselves after the lands that they dwelt in. So they might have been born in the territory of Greece, and they was just like, yeah, my nationality is a Greek. But you got to understand, your citizenship doesn't determine your nationality. Like, all of these modern terms like Ghanaians, Nigerians, etc., Russians, Americans, technically speaking, those are citizenships. But nationalities go back to the Bible, being Israelites, Edomites, Ishmaelites, Elam, etc. But people are ignorant of that fact. But the Most High is going to remind you of that. You see, a lot of these cities have that falsehood of that metropolitan dream, that everyone working together, we're all one people. That doesn't work, man. It's been tried during the Tower of Babel. The Grecians tried it, it didn't work. Second Ezra, the 15th chapter and the 14th verse I'm going to start from, says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, meaning total destruction, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another people, and swords in their hands, meaning there's going to be martial law, like gang turf war, there's going to be civil war, there's going to be actual physical warfare amongst different nations, all kind of anarchy, a lot of fighting. For there shall be sedition among men, this hatred for one another, basically, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. The best example of that I can remember was that coup, man, in Turkey. I remember I was just watching the news and I seen the shit happening and I was like, yo, this can't be real. This must be some footage of an old school thing that might have happened even before my birth, you know, because I'm a 90s baby and I thought, you know, something happened all the way back in maybe the 80s or maybe the late early 70s or something. And then no, it was actual live news where the army was in the streets, people were getting shot down, mowed down. They were trying to impeach the government. Hey man, there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. Hey, meaning that a lot of these people are not going to give a fuck about these people and their reputations out there. And that day, the stars, the celebrities are going to be getting robbed. A lot of these politicians are going to be getting run upon. That down the streets going to get burnt down. Oh man, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able because of the fact that there's going to be martial law and curfews out there, man. Just off the so-called mass stabbings in London, for example, you had about, 7,000 people sign a petition to bring in a curfew. These people are down and ready for this shit, man. Totally, man. And that's why there needs to be that World War III, because through that, the Most High going to bring the fire upon the earth to cleanse everything. You get me? It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Meaning people are going to get real desperate out here, man. Real fucking desperate. You gotta understand, man. There's going to be a time like never seen before on the face of the planet Earth, ever. And I'm going to get that real quick in Daniel's, man. The 12th chapter, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Amen. It says the time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation on the earth. These nuclear missiles are not a joke, man. They're going to get used. They're going to get fired, man. And honestly speaking, if you ain't on the right hand side, you're going to die, man. If you ain't on the right side of your harbor, shine, you're really going to die, man. Yeah? Trump is not playing, you know, Trump is not playing at all. So like, yeah, Satan, yeah? Hey, Trump ain't playing, you know, Putin definitely ain't playing. It's going down. Hey man, this devil said he was gonna destroy Syria, man. He said he was gonna destroy Assad, you know, for apparently chemically gassing his people. Hey, you know, like he ain't got fluoride in the water the Americans drink. Aspartame, so like you're in the fizzy drinks. Anyway, he said he was going to go and attack Syria because of what Assad, the leader's apparently doing to the people. Russia backed him up and said, yo, you fuck with Syria, you fuck with us, man, we're ready to rumble. And now he's talking about we're going to consider. Hey, man, like I said before, these nations are throwing them jabs, and ultimately speaking, it's going to get to a point where one of them just has to throw the full swing, man. And then, hey, that World War III is really going to come. I'm going to leave it there anyway, man, and say, I hope, you know, you Akim were edified. Barakafar Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakwa Dash, double honors to the apostles and elders, and then Shalom Akim, Shalom. Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Barakafar, Shalom.